Butter, and I'm feeling much like a late night jazz host for like a radio station.
Oh yeah, you always sound that way
That's
when you
awesome.
intro us, though.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but also I'm very sleepy deepies, and you guys woke me up from a nap, so I'm still in
Mhm.
that. Do you guys ever get that where when you first wake up, your voice is like 2 octaves lower than how you normally would talk?
Well, yeah, everybody knows that's actually known as the sexy time sound.
That is the sexy
So
time sound.
Hmm.
when you first wake up, you are more likely to get a female to get with you because it's like designed for that. I think it's some kind of nature, like built in
Like evolution was like, we need to get
mating.
you laid in the morning
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, it's like a mating thing because like you
Wake
sleep
up
all night, so
now.
your body's like, well, you didn't have time to whack off while you were sleeping.
True.
So when you
Plus,
wake
you have
up,
maximum energy, so you can use that to smash.
exactly. So I think it's like a built-in fucking mechanism. Hey, real quick,
Mhm.
our stream just says posting. Not sure what that's about. Don't know if we're live or not. Somebody should check that.
Where do you see that? It's
Failed to go live. We'll keep trying. Uh-oh,
I'm
guys.
not getting any of that.
This is
Some
this is for our
technical
YouTube.
difficulties.
This is probably not going to get cut out, but it's also not.
No, yeah. It's fine.
Yeah,
You know,
it's definitely gonna get
welcome to episode 55, guys. This is where everything finally fucking explodes. We thought it was going to be my computer, but somehow we fried Hangouts, the program.
cut.
No, I'm just
Apparently.
kidding.
No, it's we're live.
All right, beautiful.
Get wrecked.
Get wrecked, son.
REKT.
So yeah,
But yeah, Bryce, what's up, man?
just been chilling. I made some beef stew earlier.
Is that why you were sleeping? Is that why me
Kind
and
of.
Gordon
I'm not gonna lie. It was
texted you and
litty. It was
Yeah.
delicious. I
mean-
ate a lot of it and then fell asleep.
Once
Every time
again,
I
we're
eat
not
stew,
invited.
It's
Just saying.
immediate nap
I'm just
time.
kidding.
So that's probably what happened to Bryce.
Yeah. I used rutabaga instead of potato because it's lower carb, and I actually like rutabagas a lot. They're like a weird hybrid between carrots and potatoes for flavor wise,
Mm-hmm.
but rutabagas are like just giant softballs.
I don't actually know.
I don't know what
if
that
I've
is.
had a rutabaga.
It's a root
Isn't
vegetable.
that what the mask says in oh my god, what's that stupid game where you get the masks and once you get 3 of them, Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, rutabaga.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Look
it's
at me with a
actually
video game
rutabaga that he
reference.
says, but
Yeah, but it's
I
close
could
enough.
hear it once you said it. I think it's
Everybody's played
a
fucking Crash.
pudica.
Everybody's played Crash Bandicoot. And so everybody knows the fuck I'm talking about. At least if you're old like we are. And I hated that game for having to run away from boulders. Just saying.
Man, the polar bear was way
Fuck that
harder than
fucking
the
game. Yeah, and the polar bear was a pain in the dick. But yeah, guys, I don't know about you, right? But since the last time we fucking spoke, I had a doozy of a fucking week. So if you don't mind, I don't know, because you know it is your intro week, you know. But if you don't mind if I take over for a moment, because there's some shit.
We have no format, so by all means.
Word. We good job, Bryce. Fucking tell everybody our secrets.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, true that. It's also not secrets. I think we have whole episodes about it.
Yeah, we have entire
so-
episodes dedicated to us not having a format.
Yes, we do.
We're dumb.
But oh shit!
Thank you for watching us.
We appreciate it. we appreciate it. Actually, no, for real, because people fucking download and they listen and we see it and it's awesome.
Yeah,
We
no,
appreciate it.
we definitely appreciate it. I just think it's hilarious because I'm just like, we are dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Oh fuck. Yeah. So anyway, this week, I don't even remember what fucking day. Like 3 days ago, I'm on my way to work, and I'm like, dude. Actually, it was even longer than that. It was because it was before my days off, right? So it was actually Monday, no Tuesday. So I'm sitting at a red light on my way to work, like almost there. I'm like, do, and I look down, fuck with the radio, and I look up in my rearview mirror in time to see some fucking dickwad with his phone. And if you're watching the YouTube video or go to this time in the YouTube video, you'll see like this.
oh my god!
Essentially in front of his fucking face, Now he was slowing down. Like he knew I was there, right? Like he didn't
just
slam me at 100
severely
miles an hour.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Underestimated how far he got.
Yeah. Thump. I was like, what the fuck? So I get out of my car. And it's funny too, because as I get out of my car, I'm in the middle of a main highway, right? University Boulevard, actually, in Orlando. So I get out of my fucking car and I look over and there's like two dudes in another car and they lock eyes with me. And we were both just like, yeah, that sucks. And so I look at my bumper and there's a little dent in it. I was like, man, this fucker. I look at the guy and he's like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. You know,
it's not fucking fine. You can't say it's fine. I walked
to his window and I was like, follow me to that parking lot. And I pointed to the parking lot. Some fucking old guy follows me to the parking lot and I whip in all mad and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I fucking hop out of the car and I go and I look at the damage. It's not bad. Honestly, I hit my bumper and the dent went boom, popped right out.
Yeah.
But the paint was all kind of fucked up back there. And I go and I look at the front of his car and there's no damage really. And it's a rental, as I come to find out. And honestly, I was just like, it's fine. Right? I don't even fucking care. I need to be to work in 10 minutes. I don't fucking have time for this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, we need to swap insurance anyway. He didn't want to, but I'm like, well, if my bumper falls off in a couple days, you know, I want your insurance.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, I need yours. I'm like, that's fine. So then I go to get it off my phone and I'm like, shit, I can't log into the stupid thing. So I text Shayna. I'm like, hey, send me a copy of or can you send me a picture of the card or whatever? So I can't log in. And then the guy's like, oh, what's taking so long? I'm like, my bad. My wife has to send me the thing. For some reason, I can't log in. Right. And then this fucking asshole says, you're lucky I'm not a cop. And I was like, well,
excuse me?
Excuse me?
What the fuck did you just say?
You rear-ended me. You're lucky I'm not a cop. How about that?
Oh my God. I was like
fucking idiot.
I was like, what did you just say? I was like, how about you're lucky that I don't have time to call the cops because you just fucking rear-ended me while you were obviously texting on your phone.
Which is now actually against the law in Florida.
Which I told him, I was like, which I'm pretty sure is almost DUI. So I could get you really fucked right now. And he was like, well, I'm like, no. And I just sat in my car. Eventually, Shayna sent me the card. We swapped information. And sure the fuck enough, I wasn't even to work yet. And I already filed with my insurance company, who then filed with his insurance company.
You're damn right.
And Daddy's getting a $500 check. So no, and honestly, there was damage there. And if he wasn't a douche, right,
it might have been someone who was like, whatever, live and let live.
And now in conversation, right, at the first part when we first were talking, when I first, you know, got out of the car and shit, he was like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, I just got a lot of stuff going on. This is actually a rental car. I was just in like a 4 or 5 car pileup or some shit, he said. So I wonder
why.
Dude, I actually said that. I was like, huh, that's crazy, huh? And he was like, yeah. I was like, were you texting then too? And then that's when he first told me I wasn't texting. I was on the phone. I was talking on the phone. I was like, either way, the phone was in front of your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's no... Jesus.
I was fucking pissed. I was super pissed.
Yeah, that guy's
and then he had the I just cannot believe the balls of steel you have to just be like, hey, bro, I know I caused an accident with my phone in front of my face, but you're fucking lucky I'm not a cop because you didn't bring your insurance information up within 5 minutes.
Which not even, honestly, it doesn't matter anyway, because as long as I could produce my card, it wouldn't be illegal anyway. And it's totally legal to have it on your phone now anyway.
Yeah, so, no, that's all taken care of. You don't have to have it physically.
So he's like, do you even have your registration? Do you have your license? I was like, excuse me? Oh, dude, I was so mad. I slapped my fucking
he was being a major cunt for no reason.
Yeah, he was. No, well, when I shut his fucking ass down, I honestly, because he was an old fucking man, an old Jewish guy, like gray, probably like late 40s, 50, maybe 50 tops. Turns out he's Dr. something Stein.
Of course. Right? Doctors were always the most self-entitled fucking
asshole. Gray bush hair, like Jewish dude, right? Like that's what he looked like, if I had to like stereotype guess, but his last name was Stein, so I was right. But it was really long too, and it was hard to spell. which I'm not being mean, just specifically to him because he was a cockbag. But anyway, he's so I not for nothing though. When he said that to me, I did kind of puffed up at him, and I shut his fucking ass down. Like, say another fucking word, and I'm going to beat an old man up in a Walgreens parking lot. Like, that's what's about to happen. It was pretty funny. And afterwards, I was aggravated. I honestly didn't even want to go to work, but I did. Whatever.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to go to work either, but that's because I hated that place. So
now, do you remember all the shit I talked? Real quick, do you remember all the shit I talked about Progressive and how much I hate them and how I'm never gonna get them again?
Yeah.
Well, because I'm lazy, I never switched insurance companies. Right.
Oh, so you get to deal with them.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't have to deal with them. I had to deal with AAA. However, Progressive this time, for some reason, they were on point, had everything handled, and me in contact with the other insurance company in no time at all. And I was like, well, that's crazy. Not my last experience, but maybe they cleaned house. I don't know.
Well, to be fair, your last experience was all within. I'm sure they're more than happy to get you in contact.
Oh, yeah, with no shit. Now, the other insurance company, which, can I name them, you think? That's fine, right? Who cares?
I don't know.
AAA, right?
You already did.
You already said that, yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, fuck them. So AAA, right, was the other insurance company. Those assholes, they are pretty cheap, man. They're like, the lady that called me on the phone was a contractor, right? The guy that set all the stuff up to check for medical stuff worked for another company. And then the dude that came and appraised my car in my driveway pulled up in his like Toyota Camry, and
so another contractor
also worked for a contractor, another company. And I was like, holy shit, guys. It only took them like 3 days, and then they got me a thing, and they're putting a check in the mail on Monday or whatever. So it went quick. Right. I was like, man, like at first, when I first heard AAA, I was like, they're an insurance company too. Like they do that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they double down.
And apparently they do, but kind of don't. Like they're an insurance company, but most of what they do is pawned off on small companies.
Yeah.
So. But they were kind of shitty to deal with, kind of rude, whatever. So that fucking sucked, right? So my car's fine, essentially, yada yada. And then that
$500 check,
right? That day, though, I'm looking at my car and I'm like, holy shit, man, my tires are super bald. And I drive a lot, right? I kind of drive far to work.
Yeah.
So I'm like telling Shayna, I'm like, man, we got to get tires. And I was telling her, I'm like, we need like $400 for tires, yada yada yada, right?
I'm about to get this $500 check from this asshole.
So fucking
God's
today,
God's
driving to work. I'm doing like 70. All right, I'm doing like 85.
Yeah, I'm like, you've never done 70. That's the speed limit on that highway.
So, and then all of a sudden I hear,
good job.
Fucking blew a tire on the way to work. I was like,
Jesus Christ, Patrick.
Fucking piece of shit. So literally this weekend, in 3 days, I was going to get 4 new tires.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the pot?
Now you got to do it today.
Well, I didn't. I'm on a donut.
Oh. Well, wait, because you're off tomorrow, right?
No.
Oh.
I'm not off till
Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yikes.
I don't know if a donut can last all those trips.
Driving a donut that long, man.
Well, no. It's not a donut. It is a spare, but it's the size of my
full
tire.
Size spare.
It's just yeah. So, but it's not like a normal full size tire though. Like it still has a restriction on it of a speed limit because it's a little thinner.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not like a donut.
All right. So then follow that. Don't go past the speed.
All right.
Because you got problems.
It's mostly fine. Anyway, so I'm probably actually gonna get tired.
We'll see you next week when Patrick's gonna have another exciting tire blowout story because he's fast.
Patrick and 417 have like a really close relationship.
I think I'm about to start switching roads. Honestly, I think I'm almost done with paying tolls. I think I'm gonna start taking the other way to work, the back way. I think it's safer.
It's definitely cheaper.
Yeah, that's true.
And honestly, it's a time difference of I think maybe 10 minutes.
Well, except for I like to drive fast and whatever.
I mean, there is that.
There's way more cops going the back way, and I appreciate cops. Thank you for you being the guy with the gun shooting at the guy with the gun. I'll be over here. However, I do not want them to pull me over for speeding, and that's what happens on that road. So
That's what happens on that.
That does happen.
It fucking does. So fuck all that shit. So anyway, I had a fucked up week. It was very stupid, annoying. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sick of having to buy shit for my car.
I can't.
Yeah, I actually I'm renewing my car insurance this month, and I buy it in 6-month blocks. So that's a good chunk of money that I'm going to be saying goodbye to today. That hurts a lot. I'm sick of
It's
buying
fucking
shit
worth
for
it
my car.
though. It is fucking worth it to
Yeah,
fork the money
insurance
out.
is worth
But
it.
hold on, you know you're a grown up when you buy 6 months or more. When you're not on monthly car insurance, you've made it.
That means I've made it. All
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm still on monthly insurance.
No, you haven't fucking made it.
You
Which
bitch.
is stupid, by the way. Like, if you have the money to do it, you should do it because it saves you a fuck ton. So by
It saves
not
you like
doing it-
$200.
Yeah, it does.
Like it's worth it.
Maybe she's made of it. Oh wait, what?
That didn't.
Born with
That
it?
wasn't even the
Damn it.
original.
Fuck.
The original one. You fucked it up on so many levels.
Maybe she's Maybelline. Shit, that's not the right
You
part.
are so gay.
A woman. Thank you.
Good.
I have-
my God.
What the
Patrick.
fuck
I don't
is
even know what
going
just
on right
happened.
now? I don't even know. Welcome, welcome to the show. No,
Yeah, welcome to the PBnJ
We're just
podcast.
gonna
Ignore the last
restart it.
16 minutes.
We'll
This is
restart
the
it right
true
here.
beginning of the show. Hi.
Oh man, 420. No.
Actually, 420 was lit, my dude.
Was it?
Yeah, there was a lot of
So
people.
many people weren't magically at work that day.
Oh, I'm sure. There were so many memes going around. Your boss, when you call out on 420, it's just different pictures of people being like,
My favorite ones were the ones of like a cop car kind of behind a bush. And then there's like a pile of like Snickers and Doritos and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is not a trap.
That would work.
It's not bait.
That would work for Jordan sober. He's like,
Yeah, he's just
Jordan
like,
doesn't
bro,
know
free
why. He
Snickers?
has no idea what's going on. He's like, why are you arresting me? They're like, we know you got the marijuana, boy. He's like, I just want the Snickers.
Do I get to keep the Snickers? Because I'll let you falsely arrest me if I get to eat the nougat.
Oh, nougat.
Actually, you know what?
You're down because you know you're gonna make it out because you don't have the marijuanas, so it's just pure profit of Snickers to you.
Well, yeah, and then
possible like lawsuit to them to where you can.
I was about to
sue
say
them.
I can buy
actual
some more
profit in real
nougats.
life.
And then you can buy a fuck ton of Snickers, my dude.
Yeah, so much nougats.
You could buy us nougat.
You could buy us all the nougats
So when you sue the police for them
All right, we
assuming
need
you're
to figure out a way to get a cop
to
put
buy
out a
you the
bait trap.
nougats.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Can we plan this?
No, there was
no,
a lot of people who were streaming lit as fuck. They weren't actively like saying I'm lit as fuck, but you could look at them.
Yeah,
You-
yeah.
you
For some
just
reason, their
knew.
eyes are glossy and shit.
Or they're wearing sunglasses. That's my favorite. When a streamer who never wears sunglasses on 420, that's the day they decide to break into the wearable fashion of your face. Fuck
You know what I really enjoy whenever I'm at work, right?
Right?
And then somebody will walk in rocking shades, and I'm like, oh, that's different. They don't usually wear glasses, and then they have the glasses on all day.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
like, I know
they
you
don't take
did,
them
my
off throughout work.
dude.
Like, all right, let me see what they're doing at lunch. You look at lunch and they're at the counter for the cafeteria for like 2 minutes too long,
Yeah.
and they come back with like 4 entrees, and you're like, all right.
I would say that you have to, if you see them shamefully eating too many pudding cups, you know what's up. However,
You have shamefully eaten too many back pudding cups. Like not even regular pudding, just straight up back of the fridge pudding.
Listen, it's fine. They come and change the pudding out sometimes, so it's probably good.
At least once a month.
Once a month,
Um,
yeah.
Pudding doesn't go bad like that. It's fine. Probably.
I think the
It's probably
toilets in that building say otherwise.
Yeah. Hey, so real quick,
Hashtag
things.
second floor.
2 things that I think that one, I think one of them, Jordan told me it was old. I knew it was old, but I kind of wanted to bring it up real fast because it's tiny, short little tidbit. Apparently, at some point, NASA decided it was a good idea to fucking send spiders into space. There are still spider experiments going on in space with spiders, in space.
what is the basis of it? Is it to see how gravity affects their
how their
webs.
web spinning, how it affects their hunting, how it affects them in general, right?
Because I think the web spinning part would be fucking fascinating. Like,
So
Yeah.
'cause
not
I
only-
just imagine it drifting in the wind almost, because they exert force on the webbing to shoot it out of their butt, and then it's all like woogly. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I think that would be really cool to
So
see.
apparently,
Mhm.
apparently, at first it was kind of fucked up, and they super acclimated very quickly, and then
Oh,
their
wow.
webs became normal. And for when it came to hunting, like normally a spider would drop down, right? But because in space there is no down, there's no
Yeah.
up, no down, no left, right, nothing. Everything is down.
Yeah.
So these spiders in any fucking direction can just boom, shoot themselves off their web and grab something and pull themselves
So
back in.
they got used to the conditions and then adapted
Yes.
to their new advantage.
Yeah.
That is fucking so cool.
It is.
See, I
it's
love shit
fucking
like that.
scary. Okay, so it's super
It is
awesome,
terrifying because
but it's
one,
fucking terrifying.
you're teaching spiders how to fight in space, and two, I've seen so many like 50s, 60s movies about how the sun's radiation turned bugs into like giant monsters.
Yeah.
Or sun demons. That was a really weird movie.
Except for but here's something though, right? I think that there's something behind this. I think it's a military conspiracy. I think that there's something that they're doing. I don't know what they're testing.
What?
Maybe they're testing like
They're testing space
building
attack spiders.
techniques in space, like 3D
building
printing
techniques.
techniques or something. No, seriously, because like if you could do what a spider's doing on a massive scale, you could build like a structure.
And with 3D printing, it'd be pretty quick.
Yeah, so I think
to try and cheapen the cost of like moon bases and stuff. So for a secret moon base.
Well, because they already said that anything bigger than the little dinky death trap that we have up there that we call a space station, we'll have to build up there.
Yeah,
right? But that thing is a fucking piece of shit. You couldn't. I mean, I would love to go there, but I couldn't. No way. I'd have a panic attack. I'd be like, it's aluminum. I'm gonna die.
You'll be fine.
So
you'll be up there with a Russian scientist.
the death
They'll
spiders,
just pull out the hammer and start beating everything back to shape.
Yeah, exactly. They'll just get you drunk, little vodka, and you're fine.
What the fuck is vodka?
What did you just say?
He said vodka.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's Wakandan vodka. Vodka forever, my brothers.
It's vodka. It's vodka. Isn't that how they say it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Wood with a V. It's
Vodka?
still a V, you fucking.
Oh Jesus. Okay, whatever. Fuck off. I don't know. Thanks. And then kind of on that same vein, a different thing. But before we end the spiders, fucking stupid. Stop doing it. Don't train death animals.
I disagree.
Spacewalk.
I disagree entirely. This is awesome. Keep doing it. Teach them how to make messages.
Okay. I'm okay with that. However, make sure that there is a failsafe in the event that they become like sentient to what the fuck's going on and they try to like take over shit. Because in space, you know, their webs are really strong and spiders are technically strong, so they could use webs to like control stuff and shit. They could essentially take things over. I'm just saying, make sure you can jettison them in the event of an emergency.
Well, from my understanding, they only put 2 up there.
That's what you think.
I mean, all they need is like
choose enough to mate, bro.
Well, that's what they told you.
Yeah, this is the super secret moon base of spiders.
Yeah, there's more going on. There's
okay, so 2 cans of raid, you'll be okay.
Well, but
not in a space station. Then you're breathing in the raid.
Yeah, everybody's dead. Good job.
You just killed everyone in the space station.
I'm not up there. I don't give a shit.
Spray bottles.
How are you going to deploy the raid, Jordan? If you're not there,
I'm gonna shoot at it. From
Jordan, you're not allowed on my new Python. You will kill us. You're not allowed on my space.
Yeah, you're gonna be the guy who looks at those fine. You're like, whatever, and you're not smoking. You just start like spraying raid and like maybe you have some toxic waste that you just put out and you're like, I was leaving it out to dry.
Oh, you're done.
That's
yeah.
fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Guys, why are you overreacting?
It says no smoking. Jordan's never smoked in his entire life. Reaches down, picks up a cigarette, lights it. Everybody's
like, now's
dead.
the time to try.
Now's the time. You know what this?
I've always wondered.
Yeah, this sign reminded me.
Yeah.
Bucket list.
I could die at any moment. Let's test this out.
Yeah, right. Just in case I die, I want to know what smoking's like. Boom. Just
sounds legit. I mean, I'd do it. Why not?
Oh, shit. So, okay. So, other than that, there's one other space thing, right? You guys know I love space things.
Space.
Yeah, we know.
Lost in Space.
Okay. Yeah.
The Netflix series.
New Netflix show. Yeah.
Dude.
Oh,
okay.
See,
so there was 10
episodes,
episodes, and I killed all 10 already.
Nice.
In like 2 days. It was amazing.
All right, that's a good sign.
You'll really like it.
You have decent taste in shows.
And The Expanse is back on too. What? Anyway,
I still need to get into that. Now they have the seasons on Amazon Prime, so I'll be able to watch it all. So I plan on doing that with my best friend. Because
3, 2. Oh, sorry. You did the guns. I thought
I wasn't doing the guns.
You did.
You did. Yeah.
You fucking pieces of shit.
That's funny.
That's a visual joke for our video audience only, I guess, because they're the only ones who've seen us do the 3, 2, 1.
So fucking Bryson start wiggling his fingers like he's doing the guns. I thought I had to count down. I didn't know.
So what he means by the guns is whenever we do a countdown, because for our listeners, you've never gotten to hear this, but if you watched us, you would see the behind the scenes when we come back from break. I do finger guns for our coming back in.
Yeah.
So I'll do the finger guns. I'll shoot them.
We call it finger banging.
Yeah, it's finger banging.
Yeah.
I finger bang both Jordan and Patrick on the regs.
He does, on a reg. It's cool.
Yeah, I already know what it is.
It's how you stay in sync, you know what I'm saying?
It's how you stay in sync as bros.
You got to get the fingers in the banging.
You're not even, like charging up the JO crystal. What are you doing?
The JO crystal.
Like, that's just facts. That's the healing crystal we need in our lives.
Oh my God.
Super positive energy from the sesh. Anyways, so yeah, that was the whole point of that. What was I gonna fucking say before
I don't know,
that?
but Lost in Space is dope. The original Lost in Space, I've only seen little tidbits of, Danger, Danger, Will Robinson.
Oh, my thing is I grew up with the movie. I actually
so the movie, I liked the movie.
I actually did too, but I only remember it from little me, like little me.
If you watch it now,
if I watch it now, I'll probably fucking
in fact, you should.
Destroy it. I should.
You should. But I like the movie though. It's good. However, the TV series, so the movie followed what the original show was essentially. It changed some stuff, but it basically was the same thing. This movie,
it went into more detail on how they got lost in the movie.
Oh, dude, but this is so great though, and I really, really fucking enjoyed it. The robot is sick. And the fucking the spaceships are cool, and the fact that it's like happened in a time that like you could relate to, and for reasons you can relate to.
Okay.
The way, and then like it comes out about the technology, because they never answer that question, and eventually they do. Like how the fuck are you able to travel like this? Kind of thing.
Right.
Which was an interesting thing to come out with. I mean, honestly, I think that we're gonna do full spoiler talking about it, but not now.
Not now, because I want to binge it.
Yeah, once you and Jordan have finished it, we'll give it another like week after.
Because I think what I'll do is I'll rewatch the Lost in Space movie.
Yeah,
I'll put myself through the ringer. Because from what I understand, it's a bad movie in everyone's eyes now. But young nostalgic me was just like, I watched that movie a bunch and I liked it.
Yeah, dude. So, even if you could tear it up, it doesn't mean that it's a bad flick.
But I need to see objectively if it actually is a bad flick, or if it's something to where people didn't like it because it was cheesy in some way, but it's still a decent movie. All I know is, Jordan, to get you to watch it, Joey is in the movie.
Really?
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite scenes in that movie
combat
is when he's the one that realizes, or when he was like had to realize they had to fly into the planet, or maybe the kid realized that. I don't know. Instead of out. And he was like, I'm sorry. And then they all die. And then it like time loops.
I'll watch it. I'm 2 episodes into the new series, so I'll definitely be finishing that before.
So listen, after like the 3rd episode, Jordan, the fucking show takes the fuck off. It really does.
I like it. I think the robot's badass.
Yeah, it's super sick. And then in the last few episodes, you get a lot of awesome shit out of that and other character development and stuff. It's pretty good. Netflix does a really fucking good job with their television.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a Netflix series that to be fair, I haven't watched all of them.
Get the fuck out of here.
I haven't watched that.
I hate it.
Well, yeah, but there's a billion people who love it, so I don't trust your opinion. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but you don't like Stranger Things.
You don't like Stranger Things.
No, Stranger Things is dumb. Get out of here.
You're dumb and you're garbage.
You're buying it.
You're a fucking piece of shit.
You're a sack of crap.
We should probably just end you because you're never gonna feel real joy.
You won't
feel real joy.
So what's the point of living? It's about quality of life or quantity. And right now,
quantity of life, Bryce.
we're not getting along. We're not getting a lot of quality of life for you. Like your quality of life is low, but you'll get a lot of years out of it, man.
Yeah,
like, you're young.
Yeah,
it's gonna be shit.
I'm gonna live.
Or do you want it to be fucking awesome and we send you off in a blaze of glory, naked into space? We'll talk to our boy Tesla. We'll talk to our boy Elon Musk, right? We're gonna be like, look, our buddy doesn't like things.
I mean, we've
specifically Stranger Things.
So he fucking knows.
And he'll be like, oh my god, he doesn't like Stranger Things. We're like, yes, we want to send him off. Essentially, suicide.
He's a smart guy.
Style.
I'm sure he doesn't like it either.
Oh, I'm sure he
loved it. I'm sure he was so down
because he's like nerdy
right
and
now.
Such.
Yeah, I don't.
I guarantee when they did the whole the upside down explanation with the science teacher and the kids, I guarantee he was just like, "This is so cool."
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that he was totally fucking in like Flynn. Yeah. Listen, you Google that. I have one other thing I think I want to drop on us before we take our break.
Okay.
Just to kind of push us, because I know that you guys both have a little bit of something to touch each other with next half. So
I'm not touching Jordan. He doesn't like Stranger Things.
Yeah, true that. Jordan, you're gonna have to touch yourself.
Okay.
This
dude.
This actually has to do with touching things.
Oh.
I have a theory.
Okay.
And this is, kind of half-baked like most of my theories, right? But I think girls are less likely to get the flu or other like touch-based like viruses. Catch like that viruses than men are. I think that the chances are higher for me or you, for example, me or you, Jordan, over our wives.
Yeah.
What's the thought process behind it?
Okay, there's kind of two main theories.
It's a two-pronged thing. Okay,
2 prongs to get all the power. Okay, the first part of it kind of goes like this, and I take note of this at work. I take note of it when I go in and out of like Wawa, shit like that. Women are way less likely to touch door handles and stuff.
Okay.
Right? The reason I say that is because
common point of gross contact.
Exactly. And honestly, that's going to be a massive point of
However, depending on the door, it won't matter. I would agree that may cut into the favor. We'd have to look at the statistics to see how many people are still holding doors for women and how many women are still allowing.
No. I can tell you right now. First of all, if a woman or a man got upset about have a door being held for them, I'll just hit you with the door. Honestly. Second, I see for real, and I see because then fuck you. I was just trying to be nice, piece of shit.
Yeah, and it has nothing. You were coming, and I didn't want to slam the door in your face.
Exactly. Now I don't hold a door if you're like, I'm not gonna make you feel like you need to jog. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, but I'm mixed on that because sometimes I'm just like,
I've got nothing else to do.
This person will jog. You know what I mean?
That's funny shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little fucked up.
I mean, I'll just look at it and I'm like,
you know what?
You're a jogger.
Let's see. Hey, I've got the door open for you, and they're like, oh shit, and then they're like,
when they do the fake, they do the arms.
Yeah, but I see that.
They're still walking.
No, they walk the same speed. They move their arms like they're running, and they kind of bop up on their toes a little bit.
Yeah,
but
so it's like
the same speed. You're like,
because they feel like that makes it more polite that they're moving faster, but they're also just like, I'm not gonna move faster.
No, but it makes it funny.
It
for
makes
me.
it hilarious. That's
But-
what I love, is seeing how many people legitimately speed up, how many do that, and how many people just straight on eye contact locked, still walk slow for
But
me to hold the
listen,
door for them.
I actually purposely took note when I was walking into work today, specifically, right?
Okay.
And you know, I go in and out of the doors at least 5 or 6 times during the day, and each time I'd made sure to take note of it. And when I went to Wawa, and when I went to the racetrack, and I seen at least 2 dudes at 4 different times holding doors for girls, right? Old guy, young guy, black guy, right? So, and like that was the most I got, right?
Okay.
You know, but
You just described, you were like 2 dudes held the door open 4 different times, and it was a young guy, old guy, and a black guy. So that's 3 different types of guys that are 2 dudes, and these 2.
No. It was a black guy and a white guy, a young guy and an old guy. So I was able to get old and young, and
all right, and then 4 times. So each of them was 2 times each. Like
no. It was different. It was at different times. So at work, right? And at the Wawa, I thought by saying it that way I would cover like the whole demographic of possibilities.
You really didn't do a good job.
You fucked that up so bad.
I got young guy, white guy, young guy, black guy, right? And
you never said white guy. You just said young guy, old guy, black guy, and it was just like, where'd the black guy come from?
I assumed that because I'm the one saying it, I'm the white guy in the scenario. Anyway.
Oh Jesus, Patrick, we're not opening that can of worms,
right? But I thought it was covering everyone. Fuck you.
All right.
But what I'm saying is it wasn't like one specific age demographic that happened. Now, granted, it was a small sample. It was only at 2 buildings, you know, separate times or whatever. But to me, it means that holding the door for women is still a very, very active practice, right?
Okay.
Doors, especially.
I mean, there's a lot of people who hold doors for just people, though. Like, I get the door held for me all the time, and I also hold the door for people. Granted, it's not always of good intention.
I think
Sometimes,
way less likely.
I want to see the world burn. You jog slowly.
Women are then offered other assistance though, with like carrying things, right? Which does happen. I've seen that happen in a grocery store, right? So they're even less likely to be in contact with that.
See, I disagree on that because that only gets them carried to their car. They then have to pick it up and then put it into their house, right?
Yeah.
So but by then it's been long enough that any germs are gone.
Oh yeah, is that how that works?
Because the car vibrated them off. Everybody knows.
Oh, okay, that's good science.
So it's good.
Because if anything, they have one more person handling all their food if they're getting it carried.
All right. Maybe I need to work on the door handle theory. Okay.
Yeah, because the other thing about the door handle thing that I don't like is there are a lot of door handles are made out of brass because brass is a natural antibacterial. Or copper.
No.
It's either copper or brass.
No. It's copper, which is why pipes were copper in houses for a while.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. And then we found out Alzheimer's. But yeah, so even if the door is being held for me or not, there's a lot of door handles that are naturally designed for
lower traffic. So there's a lot of lower traffic areas where you're not getting doors held for you, by the way. They're lower traffic, so you're less likely to catch something off the handle. Entryway doors to big buildings is what I'm saying. I
think they're also. We'll have to Google it. We'll do some research on this.
I think
they also have built-in antibacterial shit.
I don't think they do. I've installed lots of stuff commercially in like doctors' offices and stuff, and they're just regular door handles and stuff that go on doors. Now, whether or not door handles specifically are made. Right.
Whether or not these basic ones have a design built into them for antibacterial.
Which I don't think they fucking do, to be perfectly honest with you.
You wouldn't know. You're just the lackey's putting it on.
That's true. No, we bought it from the store. So to put it on. That's how it works. You go to the supply place and you buy your shit, usually a Home Depot, honestly. And then you go to the very commercial job and install stuff and build things. It's just kind of how it works.
I actually have to do some caulking, so I'm going to talk to you about that on the
I
break.
got to do all the cocking.
Some
Okay, so you know what? I will work on it. I do, however, think though that there's other parts to this theory. Like for
You've got
example,
a solid base.
women also have like a higher percentage of women have longer nails, which means that the part of the finger that they have to contact with when they're touching things like touchscreens in public places puts them in less likely of a chance of then that same spot coming in contact with their eye, because they can't then contact their eye with it because the way their nail
But
is,
are they
or their
touching it with the
nose.
nail, or are they still touching it with their little thumbly tab bit?
No, they have to touch it like here, right? Like right in a weird spot. I noticed it.
Be a
I
specific
noticed it watching people use touchscreens like at my job, right?
Right.
And the way that you have to do it to touch the touchscreen would make it in such a way that you couldn't like put that part near your mouth or something, because the way the nail would be, right? So there's the weird factors like that. I'm just saying that we could bake into this fucking theory
and try and
to
strengthen
prove that fucking women are less likely to get sick than men. Also, men are dumb.
We have a strong hypothesis, right? If anything.
Yeah, I hypothesis. So the last part of it is men inherently were a little bit dumb, right? So, and I don't mean like they're, are less smart. I mean that we sometimes are like instinctual, like if we're sick, our lady is not going to touch us, right?
Yep.
Okay. If she's sick, I'm still down to fuck. I'm just saying, right?
Me too.
You know what I mean? So
you're saying that there's an increased transfer rate because men are more likely to fuck a woman when she's sick than a woman's likely to fuck a man when he's sick?
Yes.
I was quarantined.
You see that? You know, that may have some sort of basis. I'm not sure.
No, that's I guarantee you that's fucking fact.
And I'd be fascinated to know how much of it is because they were raised a specific way to where they believe that, they're worth more than that instant pleasure.
No,
like, oh, I don't think
that's what it is. I think women in general are
just not as
smarter when it comes down to that.
Yeah, but where did that intelligence come from?
No. It comes from It comes from it's instinctual. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah. Is that dudes were like, I'm horny, I'm in, whatever. I'll just try not to like get your snot nose near my face or something, right? Okay. Turn around like that, right? Yep. Women, though, their sex drive isn't as high, so they're like, you're sick, that's gross, go away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Right. It's not a keeping themselves like a way that they were raised or making sure or making sure that that they're following their beliefs or whatever. It's just they're not horny and that's gross.
Okay.
I'd agree with you there.
Yeah. So
I was quarantined when I'm
everything other than the sex.
My wife is sick right now.
I'm pretty sure it was actually proven that they have a similar sex drive. It's just they're less likely to.
Not true. Yeah. Nope. Anyway, we'll listen. I will fucking bubble wrap the women getting sick theory. I'll work on it, flush it out, and I'll fucking bring it back to you guys. And when I'm fucking done, when I am done,
convince me.
You will believe that there are fucking monkeys fighting the reptilians in space right now.
With
different theory. Hold on. Wrong theory.
With space spiders.
You'll believe that women are less likely to get sick than men
because space spiders
factors. Because space spiders. I fucking rest my case. Oh God. All right. Sorry, I pushed us kind of over a little bit. You guys want to take a break?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Recording stop.
So maybe oh hey, welcome to break, everybody.
Everybody in the club break.
Getting breaky.
So let me show you what my hangout window looks like right now.
Let me show you what my hangout looks like.
Did you hit start broadcast at all? Because we were like 10 seconds in. And
I think me and Bryce, probably hit it at the same time. Oh, you hit it?
Yeah. And it didn't change to stop.
Bryce, did you hit it?
I clicked it.
Yeah, I hit it.
I don't know what the fuck you guys did. You broke it.
I didn't break shit. Y'all fucking
No,
fight
Patrick
me.
broke it.
No,
Patrick broke it. We're fine. Me and Bryce
Not
are
it.
fine. You broke it. Share your screen, bitch.
No, I just sent it as a picture in a hangout.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Look, I appreciate you sending it as a picture in the hangout. I also know that I don't care enough to look.
That's fine.
That's a joke. I'm looking right now.
But you see how it says post publicly at the bottom?
Yeah.
And it says live next to it. An error popped up above it that said error going live, whatever.
Right now it's saying live stop broadcast for me. I'm in control.
Too. It's normal for me, so
that's weird.
Yeah, you broke it.
Patrick. Oh,
Patrick broke it.
I'll be right back. I gotta go get a thingy.
Right.
You go get a thingy.
I'll be right back too.
I'll just entertain the masses by myself then. Welcome to the butter only break. We're gonna get nice and slick. Get your best stick of butter. I'm talking Kerrygold. I'm talking that Amish shit. You already know what it is. Between you guys and me, I don't have too much planned. All I have is a poop train story. So I'm going to do a little more research and find something else to talk about potentially. It says an in case situation. So you're welcome. As I love you that I do this. Also, listening to Bureau Addicts. Pretty good shit. Hashtag just saying.
I'm back.
All right, I've got a few things that I'm going to talk about.
Nice. What?
what I'm gonna do is gonna do the poop train, but I'm also going to talk to us about this week in Florida.
What do we got for this week in Florida?
Let's just say a Florida commissioner was renting his house out to a couple, and there were some interesting things on the lease.
Okay.
We'll go over that.
I'm excited.
You should be. This is fucking ridiculous and totally Florida. It's so dumb. God, I love this state, but it's so dumb. I am digging this album. I'm gonna back out of it. Hey guys, my palms are sweaty.
Mom spaghetti.
Good comeback.
Hashtag facts. Oh, I was setting him up for it.
I wasn't looking at the screen, so I thought it just happened.
Yeah, bish.
Yeah, bish.
Yes, bitch. Did I do it
Not
right?
what we were saying. You're so old, Patrick. Jeez.
I love Cheez-Its. I think the more Cheez-Its I eat, the old man-ier I get.
That's
You're
possible.
already an old man. You're like 48.
I'm definitely not.
Almost.
Yeah, you're like 53. We know.
I'm definitely not. I'm definitely 33. I think. I'm 32. I'm between 32 and 34.
I'm gonna
You're closer to 48.
I'm gonna call
than I am.
shenanigans on that.
Definitely
At least
born.
44.
No.
Eat 2 more Cheez-Its and get back to me.
I don't know.
You don't know now?
Nope.
You're like, I'm not sure. Maybe I am 44. Huh.
You got me. The good old Cheez-It trick.
That's how you do it.
So what are we doing when we come backy?
Um,
Backy to backy.
I think I'm going to bring us Zach, and I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about. I don't know if I'm going to do This Week in Florida or the other news thing I'm going to do, but I'm going to talk about the news stories back to back, and then we'll go from there. I'll probably do the poop train one first.
Oh, yeah. And Jordan.
What?
Are you going to do video game talk?
The addiction.
Yeah. How are you going to bring it up? Or how do you want me to bring it up?
I don't know. You're a fucking professional podcastinator. Fucking just be like, guys, I got a problem.
Listen the fuck up.
And this time Viagra didn't fix it.
It never does.
Which is weird because it usually.
No, it
usually
fixes it,
would.
usually.
What?
Well, then I did it wrong. You shove it up the ass, right?
The butthole. The beehole.
Right?
I wonder if there actually is a suppository version of
There probably is.
Viagra. That would be interesting. Because then the question becomes, is the boner from the pill or is the boner from the finger in the bum?
The pill.
Let's Google it.
You can say that all you
say
want.
The pill.
You can say that all you want.
No. You always say the pill.
Is it the blue pill or is it the red pill?
Don't
we'll
matter.
see how far the rabbit hole goes.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Why do you have the finger extender 5000?
Listen, you're asking a shitload of questions.
Also, why is there a such thing as the finger extender 5000?
Bro, come on. We all know why.
True.
Right.
That might be a thing. Google finger extender 5000. I'm gonna do it.
I swear to God. This is how we found out that you have one. You knew it was a thing. And now you're just like, yeah, let me just back out of this like, oh, this is a thing. The 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T.
What the fuck?
It's an American musical fantasy film in Technicolor, the only feature film written by Theodore Seuss Geisel. Dr. Seuss.
What? Hold on.
What the fuck did I accidentally have us find?
Oh my God. Dr. Seuss wrote a musical.
Huh.
I want to watch this now.
I knew all that already, and I laid that down for you on purpose.
It's called The 5,000 Fingers of Dr.
Fingers
T,
of
which is a
Dr.
really
T.
weird title. But
Yeah.
I mean, for Dr. Seuss, that's not too weird.
There's a short animated film called Gerald McBoing Boing.
I can respect that.
Kind of want to watch that too.
5,000 Fingers of Dr. T Dungeon is the first.
What?
The Dungeon song?
I like where this is going.
Apparently, there's a Dungeon song.
Hey, Patrick, you realize that you spelled podcast wrong?
Oh shit, no. Apparently I didn't A the asked.
This movie looks so weird.
I didn't put the A in the asked, bro.
There's a shirtless dude with really long fingers and like a bucket on his head. And he's got high-waisted pants. He's basically the Kylo Ren meme, but in the 50s.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Let me shoot you guys a screenshot right now. Oh, wait. Because I need you guys to be on my level when it comes to what the fuck am I looking at. All right. Copy. That is a screenshot from the musical. Specifically from the Dungeon song.
What the fuck?
Restored video where it's an elevator that has like dungeons associated with it.
We're all gonna need to watch this.
That's funny.
That's weird.
I don't know what we just found.
For those of you watching the video, hold on, watch. I'm going to share this. Boom. Do you see it? There you go. That is the fucking image from the dungeon scene.
It's weird.
It is weird. There you go. It's creeptastic. All right, let me go ahead and stop that now.
Okay.
Apparently, this film, the movie was one of the films that inspired Tim Burton. I am so curious. It's a cult hit, a cult classic. When it first came out, people walked out of the film 15 minutes in. I think it was just before its time.
And what is it about?
It's about a kid and his mom both being hypnotized, and they're playing in like a piano playing section of this institute of a like mad doctor.
Yeah.
And a plumber who comes through and sees this, and like them trying to help, and like this whole them traveling throughout this institute of Dr. T and all the fucking weird shit he has as they're trying to escape. And it's a musical. And apparently this dungeon theme is like the shit that everyone loves about this movie. I'm really, really fascinated by the fact that this exists. The name of one of the songs is dressing song Domido Duds. Another is Dungeon Ballet. Hypnotic Duel, Dream Stuff, 10 Happy Fingers.
I got 10 of those.
I'm so curious.
That's weird.
This right here is probably like my movie night boner is so hard right now.
I don't think I've ever seen you so excited.
Well, I love weird shit like this, and something like this is what I live for. When it's something that people didn't appreciate at the time, but watching it now and seeing how ahead they are in comparison, because I have the benefit of being in the future. Like, there's a billion movies that came out probably just like this that are of equal, like anything by fucking Wes Craven, I imagine. Or Wes Craven? Shit. Is that who I'm thinking it is? Hold on. Or is it Wes Anderson? I always mix them up. Wes Anderson is what I meant to say. Wes Craven is Scream movies.
Scream movies,
yeah. Definitely not what I was talking about. Anything by Wes Anderson, I have a feeling is going to be very similar to this film, which is exciting to me because it's just weird ass shit. We should get back in the show.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk a little bit about this and kind of give a little preview because I'm really excited about this. So I'll probably talk about that and then I'll get into today in Florida.
All right.
Awesome.
Or this week in Florida.
Yep.
I'm
recording.
Holding.
I am recording.
Recording. All right. So finger one, finger. I am gonna finger you. 3, 2, 1, go. Hey everybody, welcome back. We had a great break. I hope you guys did too. We went on a little bit of a rabbit hole.
Hopefully you joined us for the fucking video.
Because you
didn't, you should go back and watch it.
You should watch at least the break because I got really excited. Because as you guys know, I love movies and I love like studying them and just like destroying them and just seeing how they tick. And we were talking about something. It was something completely stupid. I think it was
just some nonsense.
Fingering buttholes or something. Because
I actually have been fingering buttholes.
You know, it was because we were talking about Viagra and if there was a suppository version, and if there was a suppository version of Viagra, would the boner be from the pill or would it be from the finger in the bum?
Yeah.
Definitely
the finger in the bum if they used the finger extender 5000. Everybody
knows. That's what we Googled, the finger extender 5000, because Patrick was like, is that a thing? And I was like, let me find out. Top result was the 5,000 fingers of Dr. T. Yeah. And I saw that and I'm like, all right, that's a weird and ambitious title. So I opened it up and apparently it is the only film written by Dr. Seuss.
Yuppers.
It's a feature film. It's a musical. And it is like a cult classic. And I'm reading all the stuff about it. I'm definitely going to watch this movie because it looks batshit insane. And it's something to where people walked out of it in the first 15 minutes when it came out. But now there's a lot of people who like 1 million billion% like respect and love it. And I sent a screenshot. We'll probably post up on the Facebook this screenshot. Because this is what was like the nail in the fucking coffin is I was Googling like songs for the 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T just so I could see. The first song that came up was a dungeon song, which I thought was weird. And when I open it up, it shows an elevator open up and there's a shirtless man in like tiger striped pants with long rubber gloves on.
Yes.
And
in fact, that image, high-waisted. We showed that image in our break. If you
we did.
Look at the Facebook page, we're going to post that.
We're definitely
Jordan, you should get that done real quick so we don't forget.
Okay.
Yeah, like write it down or something. Because it's basically the Kylo Ren meme.
Yeah.
Like 40 years earlier.
Oh, okay. It really is, though. It is.
It's insane. So I'm going to definitely watch that. So I'm
interested to find out what it is, though. And is it pure crap or
that's what I want to know. Is it a cult classic because it's bad but it was like revolutionary for its time, or is it something where the movie really held up but because it was so revolutionary for its time people were just not ready for it and they just like, this is too fucking weird? Because like Wes Anderson makes a bunch of weird shit and he's like, people jack him off when they talk about him. You can always tell when someone's a hipster of film when you ask them who's your favorite director and they're like, oh, I love anything by Wes Anderson. One, because that answer is a cop-out.
Why is that?
Because that is the go-to answer if you want to seem more sophisticated than you are. because everything about his films are aesthetically pleasing as far as like the shots, like the cinematography for those films are fucking brilliant.
Okay.
I love them. They're all the same movie though when it comes down to it. If you break them down to like the very, very bare bones, even the ones about anthropomorphic animals are basically the same thing. There's usually a lot of heists involved, like weird family relationships. There was actually a you guys should check this video out because it sums up everything I think about it. Everything Wrong with Wes Anderson in 17 minutes or less. It's part of the Everything Wrong series.
Okay.
And it just goes through and he does a plot synopsis for each film and it fits perfectly, but it's the same plot synopsis basically, and I love it. It's just cutting to different scenes where it applies. But yeah, so he's known for being like incredibly good for his cinematography, and his movies are really good, and they're often like heralded and kind of put on a pedestal. So people will choose that as like I can sound like I know something when I haven't seen a single Wes Anderson film or care about any of that shit. But now you think I do because I said something cool.
Yeah, as you put on the purple fucking blackout shades, you're a fucking dork.
I'm just saying, man.
No, you're right though. You're right, and I agree with you 100%. I think I just don't know, like, because I would never say that because one, I don't get it. I don't know who that is even, and apparently, it even being a cop out answer, I still don't know. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So if somebody said that to me, I would buy it. I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, because I don't know either. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you don't know either way.
I don't think
like in some ways,
would, but Bryce is a fucking movie addict.
I am a bit of a movie nerd, and because of that, I run into a lot of people who, when we're trying to talk about shared interests, they're like, oh yeah, I love movies. And then they'll say that. And I'm like, you may truly love Wes Anderson. It's understandable. But then I'm not saying I'll be a dick, but I'm curious as to whether or not they're being real with me or not. So I'll kind of like throw in a couple probing like, well, this movie, this scene, what'd you think about that? Just to see. Because I don't know. There's something weird about that to me. Like, why not just be honest and be like, I don't care that much. Or if you really do love Wes Anderson and you don't know his films, like, why would you choose him? You know?
Yeah.
But anyways, that was like a completely off-topic thing, kind of. But just wanted to let you guys know, I'm going to be watching the 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T, and I'm going to be fingering it.
Figure it the fuck out because it's weird, and honestly,
my
just the strangest fucking conversation ever is what brought us
out of the stone.
And we talk about all kinds of fucking weird shit, obviously, you know.
Yeah, we're all about it.
So I'm down with whatever the fuck that is, because honestly, and I think we've touched on this before, like we've touched on many things. Yeah.
Hey.
Dr. Seuss, there's like a lot of weird shit going on there.
Yeah.
Drugs.
You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
So whatever this is, I'm interested. I'm in. But
I want to watch that too.
All right. I will definitely watch it, and I'll let you guys know. But what I was originally going to talk about before we discovered that gem on our break is you guys know I love Florida, right?
Of course.
Oh, I think I know what's about to happen, and it makes me happy every time.
It's not going to be a Florida or not. I just want to tell you
we
guys
were going to play more games.
I will make another Florida or not. Okay. Everybody out there who listens, if you enjoyed the Florida or not, hit me up. Let me know. If you have any stories that you want me to throw into the mix, hit me up and let me know.
Yeah, and definitely chime in on that shit because
I think it would be great if we could get, because there's always more Florida man stories, and there is always more weird shit stories from out of Florida that people just find and they squirrel away, and you don't know how important it is until this moment. This is your chance to use that useless information for good. So hit us up, give us the story, and we will we'll make your lives more
that's hilarious,
more well lived. But I wanted to talk about something. Now, we don't get political in this show,
no,
but this is a political figure, but it's not really politics. It's just, oh my god, there was a Florida commissioner.
Okay.
Who was he had a couple living with him.
Now, do we want to say who it is? I mean, this is a news story, so it's
this is a news story. So it's Nick Nicholson. God, that sounds like such a fake name.
It sounds fake. And
my name is Steven Stevenson.
Patrick.
Yeah, but his name's Nick Nicholson, from Brooksville, Florida. He's a Florida County Commissioner, and he has been renting out in his house some space to this couple and having them live with him. But there's some weird shit that they had agreed upon that wasn't necessarily on the lease, but it was part of the living contract. This part was more verbal, but you'll understand why in a moment. Hernando County deputies arrested 71-year-old Nick Nicholson Thursday on one count of operating a location for the purposes of lewdness, assignation, or prostitution, and 2 counts of purchasing services from any person engaged in prostitution. This couple, he paid $100 for Tuesdays and $200 for Saturdays. He paid them for him to be allowed to have sex with the dude's wife.
Really?
And
now,
it was specifically Tuesdays and Saturdays.
On specific days?
Yeah, I mean, the agreement they had was...
that's not what I meant to say. With multiple couples, or was this a rental agreement with a specific couple?
This is a specific couple.
Okay.
It's 33-year-old Kendall Surratt and 30-year-old Valerie Surratt. They started this investigation, and how the cops found out is there was a domestic dispute situation the cops were called on, and this was in February of this year, and they found the couple and they had been fighting. And the guy threw a screwdriver at the girl, and it was this whole weird thing. Both of them had red eyes that were super glassy. Basically, they were drugged out of their brains when they were having the domestic, and they, as part of the investigation,
kind of person, though, I mean, honestly, to make that kind of agreement,
yeah, that's true.
So you know,
a 71-year-old dude, like, that's taking one for the team.
Yeah,
like he's not cute.
He's not.
He is not cute. It's not like I'm getting paid and you're cute. Oh, okay, it's all right.
Let's skip forward a little bit. So obviously the cops are investigating them. They figure it out.
They, through testimony or through interviews with the couple, it came out essentially that the reason why he was mad at her and threw the screwdriver is because he was kind of sick of the arrangement, and he talked about the arrangement, and the commissioner got arrested. And he had actually been in hot water before, where he had a relationship with a stripper named Kimberly Losurdo in 2012. After she was,
this isn't the first time he's been dealing in prostitution. Then,
well, it's one of those things where there wasn't enough evidence to prove that they had a relationship, other than him just visiting her as a stripper. Type deal. Just as, you know, all right, the commissioner's paying for a stripper. It's not illegal for stripping, so he didn't get hit with anything.
I don't think
there was no hard evidence of sex.
Honestly,
I don't either.
I don't think so.
I think it's super stupid. I think that if the girl wants to make money using her fucking body, that's her fucking decision to make. I think that's retarded.
I would have to agree. And honestly, the thing about legalizing it is then you can regulate it.
Exactly.
You can keep it cleaner, less sexual transmitted diseases.
You know, just like weed. Less sexually transmitted weed.
Less violence.
That's a thing. Because my whole thing is sex workers are in this weird situation where if you get stiffed by a guy after he's done his deed, what do? Call the cops? My John didn't fucking pay me after he fucked me? No, you don't call the cops for that, because that's how you get arrested for prostitution. So they don't have any protections in place.
Well, I mean, they do. They do, and they have their pimp that will go.
And that's the thing, is they have to rely on regulation through basically a crime family style situation where they pay protection money to the pimp, and then the pimp keeps them safe, quote unquote.
What was going on here, though, wasn't that. This was
just an old ass man who was like, listen, you're a couple. You will live with me, but I will pay you for Tuesdays and Saturdays to let me fuck your wife. And they were like, you know what, Nick Nicholson, that sounds like a grand plan. So Florida County Commissioner fucking paying for sex with a couple.
So that might be what they say out loud, but if he was smart, he would have had it in a contract that the reason that he pays them on those days is for some kind of like some support or some, you know what I mean? Like some kind of kickback or something. And then like, well, you're fucking her. Well, that was a different agreement we came to. That's because we become friends. And this was just,
and this was a consensual situation, and the money's just happens to be from something completely separate. Or the easier method,
He could have done it much
to
better.
pay for video of the sex.
Well, or yeah, there you go. Which is
I wanted to make pornography with them, so I paid them for the days that we shot. And as far as the videos, it's none of your damn business. You can't watch them. I deleted them all because I only kept them for X amount of time. Yeah.
Now that does make it legal, though, right? I mean, if you're recording it and you're saying you're doing it for this purposes and you're paying them for their performance,
then at that point, he might run into some hot water to where maybe there was some sort of permit or something he needed to get.
Legal,
but it's not going to be anything. It would be like a fine as opposed to jail time because this is jail time shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, honestly, you are right in that only in fucking Florida.
Only in fucking Florida, man.
Are you gonna have a what is it? You said he was a senator?
71-year-old Florida County commissioner.
Fucking banging out some dude's wife every other fucking Sunday or some shit.
Every Tuesday and Saturday. And it's different amounts. My favorite part is it's $100 for Tuesday and $200 for Saturday. It's like you recognize that Saturdays were the hot night.
Day.
Huh?
That's anal day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny because the next thing I wanted to talk about was a poop train. So I'll just use that as a segue.
Toot, toot.
Toot, toot, motherfucker. So this one is not a Florida story, but I still found it absolutely fascinating that this was a thing because I didn't know that this was how something worked. Basically, there was a poop train carrying human waste.
Okay. Wait a minute. Why is that a thing?
I don't know. That's what I'm fascinated about. I was reading in the article and they acted like it was super normal, and I'm like, I've never heard. I've never heard of a poop train. I've never heard that we've had to like ship poop off.
Last Wednesday's poop train.
And what's really weird is this is poop train from New York, and it's Alabama that it got stuck. So I'm like, why are we cross country? Why are we cross country sending the poop train? Are they sending it to Florida? Is that why we're crazy?
That might
Do we just have New York shit everywhere?
It was human poop. Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh man. Okay. There's a government. There's a government conspiracy here somewhere. I'll figure it out. Continue.
Yeah, figure it out. But in Parrish, which is an Alabama city, a population of 982 people. They were miserable for months because there was this big thing of red tape. The poop train was on its way, and a city basically blocked its ability to continue because they didn't want the shit in their city. They were like, it's going to smell. We don't want that. Keep your poop train away from us. And it got into this whole litigation thing where it was 2 months that the cars were stuck idle in this train track. So it's just fermenting poop.
That's fucking disgusting. But doesn't that eventually just stink up their town anyway?
Well, no, because it wasn't in the town. It was stopped in a neighboring county before it could continue because the town had put up the blockade.
So they fucked with another county.
They fucked another county, and Parrish, this small-ass town of 982 people, for 2 months, they were interviewed, and they were like, yeah, we didn't go out and do barbecues like we normally would because it just smelled like a porta potty outside at all times. We didn't go out. Like, that's 2 months of sun we haven't seen because it's just so rancid.
That's horrible.
It's fucking ridiculous. And there were about 10 million pounds of human waste on this fucking train.
I'm super interested in why we're shipping poop.
Me too. I need to know why.
From what I understand, it's a landfill, but I don't know why we're doing it this way. But there's a landfill in.
Maybe all of the solid waste that gets pulled out of
it
water
does say
reclamation. Okay, so what probably happens is all the solids that get skimmed out of the water in the reclamation plants, it probably has to go somewhere. So I guess it doesn't just disappear, right? So they probably have to pull it out and scoop it out and put it in a train and fucking stick it in a poop landfill. That's interesting.
They're unloading at Big Sky Environmental, a private landfill about 20 miles from Parrish. And apparently there's several cities that send their waste to Alabama. Because landfill fees down here in the South are really cheap. So they just ship it. And
that's so fucking gross.
I'm just so fascinated that poop trains are a thing.
I don't even understand.
10 million pounds of human waste. Like, that is insane to have sit there for 2 months in the Alabama
that's the kind of thing that we should be putting in medium-sized rockets, right?
Just shooting that shit into space,
into
literally.
the sun. Yeah, just shoot it into the sun. It hits the sun, burns the fuck up. No more poop.
You know,
just saying.
Now that we're getting cheaper and cheaper rockets, it might actually be cheaper.
All of our trash on the planet. Could you imagine if
we could send it direct to the sun and it's our ultimate furnace?
Trash, like once a year, all the trash is loaded on big giant fucking like trash launchers. We just fucking launch it into the sun.
I would love that just because I think it would be hilarious.
Trash launchers, yeah.
Like, what would the mission be? Like, what would be the name of the mission? Apollo 13? Like, what?
Did you just say Apollo 13?
Yeah, like dirt and then
teen,
like 13.
Dirt clean. No, Apollo Dirt Clean.
Apollo Dirt Clean.
Apollo though. Is there like a patron saint of cleaning?
Mr. Clean.
Is there? Mr. Clean Dirt Teen.
That's it.
There it is. Mr. Clean Dirt Teen.
Hello, I am Elon Musk. I'd like to introduce you the Mr. Clean 13.
I think
one of our new Falcon 9s loaded with trash.
13. Just saying.
It's the ultimate dump truck. What I would love is Elon Musk would look at us. We would just send the rockets directly into the sun and have them explode, right?
Yeah.
And then Elon Musk would be like, you know what? I'm going to send a rocket that has a detachable, like, capsule that'll launch into the sun.
And then
this rocket comes back and it's reusable because I'm all about one-upping you and reusability. And we're like, oh my God.
Do it because
Elon Daddy. Please, yes.
That would be friggin' amazing.
Yep.
Elon Musk, get on it.
Dude, you know what intrigues me so much about that whole thing, though, is like the nerdy spaceship stuff behind it, right? Like, seriously. Which
like
actually,
a detachable capsule would be fascinating.
It kind of brings me to like something that I wanted Jordan to kind of talk about a little bit.
Okay.
And that is, I've been playing Elite Dangerous, and I play it like all the time.
Yep, we know.
Yeah.
So like, I was thinking,
game addiction.
Dude, do I like? Is that a thing? So, and now I know that Jordan and Bryce as well, right? But you know, me and you already had a lot of stuff to talk about, so you know, I got to give something to Jordan. But I mean, Jordan's played a lot more games than me, and he's been a gamer a lot longer. So I kind of wanted him to talk a little bit about something like that.
Absolutely. So, like, just about like video game addiction in general, you want to know
is it a thing? Like, and if it is a thing, like, what kind of seriousness are we talking here? Like, so let me break it down for you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like to play this specific game at least once or twice a day.
Right.
Right. Is that
how many hours?
That's a big
sometimes like maybe if I can before work, like maybe an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But that's if I can. After work, depending on how late, maybe 2 or 3.
Okay.
On days off, like last week, I spent an entire day just sitting around and doing nothing and playing video games. So I just played that whole day, right? So,
is there something wrong with it? Technically, no.
Oh, that's
is there
what I mean.
Something wrong with it in that? Is that like an addiction thing or something similar? Maybe. But as far as it being wrong, it's harmless.
If it starts to fuck up your actual personal life, that's what.
Now, have you ever?
You just have to be a functioning addict.
Have you ever been? Because I'm addicted to lots of things in life. Everybody is. You know, even if you don't realize it, there's things that you do or are around or whatever, expose yourself to that you're addicted to, and it's just become part of a routine to you, right? But have you guys ever been like addicted to playing a video game or playing
to where it affects my life,
like where it really affects your life? Not like not what I'm saying. Like honestly, I may or may not play when we're done with this, right?
Which means you will.
For what I would say, technically yes, in that it stopped me from doing other things that normally would make me happy or would want to do, but it wasn't like, oh my God, I need this or I'm gonna die or you know, it was that I needed to finish something. It's more than anything, because when I got the worst was with there are certain visual novels that I got into. Which visual novels, for those of you who don't know, they're basically choose your own adventures with modern day stories, especially like much more adult themed stories, much more violence. You can die at different points, and It has a lot of gaming elements. There's usually mini games or something similar, but it's mainly about the paths you take. But the thing about visual novels is so many of them that are worth their salt to where people talk about them are so fucking good that they're better than some books that I've read.
Oh yeah.
And they're super interactive medium, and you really feel like you're a part of the story because you're making all these choices, right? And it's one of those situations where I have had it be a situation where I chose, listen, you're really cute. I'm not going out with you this weekend. I need to finish this story.
Okay.
I need to see how this shit ends. To where it affected my personal life because I needed that. But it was like a specific story. It wasn't like video games in general.
Okay. And no, but I mean, like, so I could see that in that it was feeding multiple entertainment roles for you.
Yes.
Like a story, it filled the television kind of what's going to happen next. And it also was, you were into it because you're also choosing your path or whatever. I got to say then, okay, well then I feel better. I'm definitely not over that because I mean, like I did this tonight. You know, my wife wants to watch something. I'll turn the game off. You know, I got to go to
that
work,
alone
obviously.
is a sign that you're not full blown addicted, because addiction for me, or at least that you're a functioning addict, which with video games is acceptable in my opinion.
Okay.
Because
I'd agree.
There's no health negatives to being addicted other than not exercising because you're not using that time to exercise. You're being still. But that's with like anything. That's with television. That's with radio usually. Like it's just one of those things where that's just how it is. There's no negative to being addicted to video games, and also, outside of
it's designed to do that because like this specific game that I'm playing, you have to grind the fuck out. Like
and all of the enjoyment is from finally getting that thing you've been working towards.
Yep. And then you're like, you know what I need now?
The next ship.
So now you use your new badass ship to grind out to get an even bigger one until you have the biggest space dick.
And then you'll have a bunch of money because now that you have the bigger ship, you have more cargo space, or you can kill more ships, so you can make more money.
More money per mission.
And you're like, you know what? I'm going to take on a project ship. I'm going to buy another ship, suit it all out. I've got the money for it. And I'm just going to use that to tool around in these stations because I think it'd be cool. There are people who have like a fleet of ships just for different areas they go to.
I might have 3 already.
Yeah. Like what I'm eventually going to do when I have enough funds is I'm going to have a ship in different ports to where I'm never more than 20 or so light years from any one particular ship. Well, and they're just dispersed throughout the galaxy.
That would be amazeballs, but you'd have to be addicted to get that shit to happen.
Yeah, and that's why I have it.
From now.
But that's like my ultimate goal.
Is that like this game is designed to grind. So like if you don't play it every day, you're not going to hit your goals.
Or not in any reasonable amount of time.
Well, sure. Yeah.
I don't. If you're not playing it every day, you're not going to feel the enjoyment of the goal because it's more of a, oh my God, all I did today was be a space trucker. I only made this much. I didn't even reach part of my goal. Whereas if you play it every day, it's much more instant gratification, even though you're grinding, because you reach those smaller goals faster.
Yeah. Now, I mean, what kind of games, Jordan, has that happened to you with?
Ones that require an insane amount of hours to get like 100% complete. Like the first one that really got me into video games in general was Final Fantasy VII. Back
that one.
Now, did that affect like your?
Now I was a kid, but like I chose playing that for 2 years instead of going outside and playing with other kids and stuff like that. And I would rush through my homework and shit and get
so you can get back to the game.
You know, crap scores on my homework, so I can continue playing the game. You know, stuff like that. Sure.
And just to give you guys context for that game, for just how massive it is and how long it really does take to 100%, the speed run, which is the fastest way to beat the game, the speed run for 100% is 21 hours and like 36 minutes.
And this is somebody who is taking every possible shortcut.
Every shortcut that's been found so far. It still takes a minimum of 21 hours and some change in order to...
So I could see how it could overtake your life. How about as an adult, though?
As an adult?
Like, have you and your wife ever gotten in an actual argument? So my wife has been like, I fucking hate that game, right? Like that.
Yeah.
But have you and your wife ever gotten into like a full at it argument? Like you need to turn that fucking game off?
A full blown at it argument, no. But she has once, and it was a few weeks ago, about Game of Thrones that I'm playing on my phone.
Yeah.
Well, we make fun of that all the time. So
yeah,
everybody should know you have a problem, Sir Giordano.
Sure do, but it's fine. But
first of his name.
Yeah, I mean there was a time where you stupid.
Oh shit, Slayer of iPhones.
That was good. That was nice. But yeah, I mean,
the unturned
addicted. I still am. I'm not gonna deny it.
Yeah,
but I've gotten a whole lot better at managing it for sure. But it was like we would sit down and watch something on TV, or I'd put a movie on or something like that.
See,
and then
now with mobile games, there's a whole different thing with being a functioning addict, because with that one, there actually is a monetary loss to where there could be a negative, because it's a psychological addiction of the instant gratification of I spend 99 coins, and rather than waiting 8 hours for this, it's done now. And I can do the next thing.
Yeah, I've done that. And Jordan's definitely $1 million into this
game. This game is like I don't know if you guys are familiar, but mobile games, at least the most popular ones,
right,
are like pay to win.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the most expensive pay to win game that's ever been released so far. Jesus. So if you are a person who actually does spend on this game, it is actually a monetary loss if something negative happens to you.
There's actually people who have replaced gambling addictions with mobile game addictions.
Well, yeah, we've talked about
what it is. Absolutely.
Yeah. We've talked about real life ganking of funds due to video games, due to the amount of money you've put into it, and yada yada. I gotta say though that I think that thinking about it now that we've kind of talked this through a little bit, I think that if that one I would even say is bigger and can cause big addiction is YouTube.
Well, okay, I can definitely see where you're coming from there, but I think it's similar to television.
It is.
It's just way easier to access than television,
and you get to see what you want to see. Like, okay, so I started playing Elite Dangerous. So then I started watching videos on it. Now there's like 3 YouTubers that I've now follow because I like their videos and their content and what they're doing in game and stuff. And now I watch them. And I think that YouTube helps to feed that addiction, which then
it does.
You to use 20 gigabytes
point of the algorithm is to show you more of what you like, so that way you keep watching. That's how they make their money. So that's definitely a thing.
Oh shit! You know what? We're all fucking addicted. I'm just going to quit my job and become a full-time space trucker until they turn the electricity off in real life.
That sounds like a good plan.
It sounds like a good plan.
Actually, just a real quick little aside, little anecdote about video game addiction. My brother actually, he got legit video game addicted to World of Warcraft. It was down to the point where he was fighting with like family members because he needed to be available for a raid or something like that, and him going like full at them because he needed to be able to do that, and if he wasn't there, like it was this whole big ado, and he got fired from one of his jobs because he was like late, because he was always either oversleeping because he was up until 4 a.m. raiding, or it was something where he was playing right before work and he just lost track of time because it was easy to do. And it was like this super like
that's crazy.
He did a little bit of that with raids in Destiny, but not that.
Well,
bad.
No, not like that.
Unless you're a part of a hardcore clan that's all about it.
Yeah,
like the people who clear out the raid first, they have a race to who clears the raid first, to where they'll play for 23 hours straight just trying to figure out that one raid until they get it done.
Yeah, that's intense.
Yeah.
Now, hold on. Would you say that video game streamers are addicted to video games?
Actually, I think it's kind of the whole smoking the cigarette, trying to get someone to stop smoking cigarettes by making them smoke a whole pack at once, and then they get grossed out and sick. That's what happens to a lot of Twitch streamers, is they get burnt out on video games. And because Twitch streaming in general is very volatile as a career, you can go away for a weekend with your
Oh, and
family.
now you're not relevant anymore.
And now all of a sudden you've dropped 50 subs and you can't make rent because those people were like, oh, you're not online. Why am I going to sub to you?
Yep.
They forget who you are because it's that quick, that easy in internet culture to be irrelevant. And so you have to be on that grind 8 hours a day, 7 days a week in order to even make ends meet, unless you're like a super popular streamer that can get away with that shit, right? If you've made it a name for yourself to where it transcends your little community, then that's when you can have a much more posh lifestyle. But for most people who are making their living off Twitch, they are working. It's basically a white collar job where they're getting paid mediocre money.
Yep.
And they work like 50, 60-hour weeks. And granted, it's playing video games, but you get tired of anything doing it 50, 60 hours a week, and it becomes a job. When a game becomes a job, it's no longer fun. So it's one of those things where there's a lot of like league players who they have this whole identity crisis because they want to make their money and they enjoy playing League, but not that much anymore. And if they try and play something else, they don't get as many views. So it's
because people aren't watching you to watch something else or to play something else.
Exactly. They're watching you because they want you to play that thing.
Yeah.
And when that happens, you become so burnt out that you just get sick of everything. And you just want to, when you have free time, you don't want to play a fucking game. You want to like read a book, you want to watch a movie, you just want to hang out with family, you want to go out and do something, see the sun.
Yeah.
Because
well, I mean, that's cool. I mean, I guess that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I would say video game addiction to where you're a functioning addict will definitely help you in the early grind, but once you get in it and you're established, you're no longer addicted. You're just miserable.
You know what? And on that,
like any other job,
on that fucking miserable ass fucking note, I think we've essentially nailed it today.
I think we nailed it too.
Yeah,
yeah, I do fucking too. Jordan, plug the things.
As always, you can find us first and foremost on Facebook, PB_NJ podcast.
Hold on, real quick, shout out. My boy Michael was like, "You guys are fucking hard to find. I wasn't able to find you. I mean, honestly, guys, Facebook. That's like where we are.
It's all
we fucking suck. I think that we need to discuss a social media manager to manage our social media. Damn it. 1, 2, 3, not it. Haha, Bryce.
Oh, fuck you guys.
I mean, I'll do it. I'll get something going. But anyway, we'll get good. I'm sorry. So anyway, continue plugging.
So, of course, Facebook again, PB_NJ podcast. You can find us on YouTube, of course. Watch the stream of this episode. Just search for PBnJ podcast. iTunes, Google Play, all that good stuff. Twitter at PBnJ podcast. Snapchamp at PBnJ
the Snapchamps. All the Snapchamps.
And, of course, check out our website, pbnjpodcast.podbean.com.
Yeah, definitely do. We were even discussing earlier stickers. I'm going to try to get us rolling on stickers.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start passing them out, and so definitely let us know
if you want one. If you legitimately want a sticker, email us pbnjpodcast@gmail.com.
And or if you're somebody that I know, just hit me up and I'll try to get you one when we order them. So, but yeah, guys, on that fucking note,
yeah,
nailed it.
That was fucking weird, Jordan.
Yeah, it was weird.
Thank you.
Just kill yourself.
Already on it.
And stream stopped. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for the live broadcast of PB&J podcast. Later. We love you.
Thank you for sticking it through.
Yeah, whether you're watching it now, live, or later, appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you. And we want you to have the best things. So watch next week's episode too.